It's let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it. Now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name. If it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, teeth stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's Am. Let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
What's up, D-Ham? What's up, Kiera? What's up, Virgin Island? What's up, Mika? Harry? What's up? Let me see. Okay, so copyright disclaimer under the copyright section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Kenneka Jenkins case. I didn't see Chosen. Hey, Chosen. We're going to talk about the Kenneka Jenkins case and the different theories of what could have possibly happened to her. A lot of people are saying that she was a part of gangstalking, or she was gangstalked her family. And what gangstalking is a term people use to describe a belief that they are being followed, watched, harassed, or targeted by a coordinated group of people or whatever. So that's what that is, right? So with that being said, okay, so with that being said, I was scrolling YouTube today and I had seen, my goodness, y'all, it was a scary, like it gave me chills looking at this. And I don't even know if it's true or not, but y'all, it gave me, well, I don't know what it was, but it gave me chills looking at it today. I was like, oh my God, this is scaring me, right? I was like, wait a minute now, hold up. And I'm gonna try to bring it up. Okay, here it is. No, send it to me so I can. That's scary, but send it to me. I don't know who this is, but we finna look at it because this scared me.
Of heels.
I had a crazy idea. We were surprised that no one had done it before.
Success doesn't follow a formula.
You're gonna have to protect me.
Who knew that dancing with dogs could?
In 2017, a 19-year-old girl named Kenneka Jenkins was found inside a hotel freezer. Her final moments stitched together from hallway footage that never quite matched the truth. Chicago called it an accident, but the bruises, the missing minutes, and the faces lurking just outside the camera's frame told another story, one that people tried to uncover and died for touching. Ooh. Zach TV, Sher Schreiner, both gone after asking the same questions. But I never had to ask. I was there. I walked those halls. I saw who followed her and what the cameras didn't show.
Oh, I'm scared.
And before the story is over, you'll see why silence was the only thing that kept me alive. I never expected my life to intersect with anything tragic or headline worthy. I grew up in a family where survival was the goal, not success. You worked, you paid what you could, you prayed the light stayed on another month. Nobody in my bloodline ever chased dreams. We chased shifts. So when my Uncle Lionel told me he could get me some easy money helping him at the Crown Plaza at night, I didn't think twice. My uncle had been a janitor there longer than I'd been old enough to shave. Everybody loved him, management, guests, even the security guards who never smiled at anybody else. Lionel wasn't special because he talked a lot. He was special because people talked around him. They trusted him because he blended into the walls. He moved like a man who didn't disturb the air when he passed through it. One night he handed me an extra janitor uniform and said, "Just wear this and walk like you're supposed to be here. I'll cut you a piece of my check every 2 weeks." I remember the feel of that shirt, stiff from too many washes, carrying the faint scent of bleach and old hallways. Wearing it made me invisible in the best way. Nobody questions a janitor. People look at you, but they don't see you. And at a hotel, invisibility is currency. That first week, my job was mostly pushing a mop bucket up and down long, quiet corridors while my uncle handled the real work. He'd point at a trash bin or spill, and I'd clean it before wandering again. Nights were so slow that sometimes the loudest thing in the building was my own breathing bouncing off the walls. But Uncle Lionel gave me one rule, just one. If you see anything strange, keep moving. Don't stare at what ain't your business. He said it with a seriousness I didn't question back then. Later, that rule would be the only thing that kept me breathing.
Woo.
The night everything changed, he wasn't there. He'd called out sick and told me not to bother covering, but I still showed up. Money was tight, and I figured I could handle one quiet night alone. I slipped into the extra uniform, grabbed a mop bucket from the storage room, and pushed it out into the hallway like I belonged. The hotel felt different that night. The kind of difference you can't explain with words. A strange stillness settled along the carpet, as if the building was listening for something. Even the machines,
Who getting scared watching this?
the soda dispensers, the ice makers, sounded uncertain, humming in uneven patterns. I turned down the West Wing hallway, the one with low lights and long shadows, and I heard footsteps that didn't sound like mine.
I thought the hotel was closed.
Not the sharp clicks of heels, not the heavy stomps of security boots. These were unsteady, stumbling, pausing, trying to remember where the floor was.
Hey,
I slowed my bucket and listened. The steps wobbled closer. When I turned the corner, I saw her. I didn't know her name then. Didn't know the story that would swallow Chicago whole. All I saw was a young girl who looked lost inside her own body. One arm brushed the wall, the other dangled at her side. Her expression looked startled. That's the word. As if she was surprised by the world each time she blinked. Her eyes carried a shine that wasn't just drunkenness. It was fear mixed with confusion. She took 3 slow steps before she suddenly snapped her head toward me. Not sluggish, not sloppy. Sharp, clean, like her instincts were still trying to fight even if her body couldn't. My body reacted before I could think. I slipped behind the corner, pressing myself against the wall. A strange stillness took hold of my
Hey,
chest,
Treasure Life.
like even my lungs refused to move. For a moment, I imagined she'd peek around and see me hiding like some creep in a uniform that wasn't even mine. Her footsteps resumed, slow, dragging. Then another sound layered beneath it. Another set of footsteps, heavier, steadier, purposeful.
What a white man.
I leaned just far enough to see. A large man in a gray sweatsuit walked into view behind her. Thick beard, sharp jawline, Albanian or Italian looking. Something about him felt wrong. Not because of his size, but because of his calmness. He didn't hurry. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look lost. He looked like he knew exactly where she was going. And he kept glancing left.
AI is giving creatives the power to create anything, but with infinite possibilities, what should...
Right. Behind him. Checking the hallway with a focus that didn't belong to someone escorting a drunk girl. He wasn't guiding her. He was tailing her.
Mm.
A cold awareness settled along my skin. Something about this wasn't right. I pushed my mop bucket forward, trying to look busy, but my hands felt unfamiliar, like they didn't quite belong to me. The girl drifted ahead, and the man followed, turning toward the service corridor that led deeper into the hotel's back passages. I wasn't supposed to be in that hallway, but neither were they. And something inside me whispered that this night wasn't going to leave me alone, not ever. I kept my distance as the girl drifted deeper down the hallway, the large man in the gray sweatsuit trailing her with a slow, deliberate rhythm. I pushed my mop bucket just enough to make a little noise, just enough to seem like I was supposed to be there. The wheels squeaked softly, breaking the silence that had settled like a low fog along the carpet. They turned into the back of house corridor, the kind of place guests never see unless they're lost, or somewhere they shouldn't be. It was colder there, not because of the air conditioning, but because of how exposed everything was. Bare pipes ran along the ceiling, humming with occasional shivers. The walls had streaks and scuffs from years of carts scraping them. The lights buzzed overhead, flickering like they were fighting to stay awake. I'd walked those service halls for months, usually without thinking about them, but walking into them now, following someone who didn't know I existed, and someone else who seemed like he wished he didn't, I felt an unfamiliar weight settle beneath my ribs.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The girl stopped
That
again.
is scary. I'm sorry.
She looked at the three branching
You
hallways
have
ahead of her,
too. You ain't by
like
yourself.
the building was moving around her. She leaned against a metal prep table to steady herself. Her knees buckled slightly, and she caught herself with her palm. Her breathing looked uneven, like her body kept forgetting how to hold itself together. The man in the sweatsuit didn't help her, didn't reach toward her, didn't even speak. He just waited, watching her with a quiet patience that made my skin tighten, like he already knew where she'd end up, no matter how long it took her to get there. She pushed off the table and continued walking, but after a few steps, her head suddenly tilted back toward me again. I had no time to think. My body just moved. I ducked behind a rolling rack stacked with empty storage bins, gripping the side of it to stay balanced. The metal felt cold against my fingers. Her gaze lingered down the hall, slow and searching, like she was trying to place a sound that didn't belong. I waited, staying perfectly still. Even the lights seemed to hold themselves steady during those seconds. Finally, she turned back around and kept moving. That's when the second man appeared. He stepped out from a side door just ahead of her. A staff member, clearly. He wore a uniform shirt with a faded badge clipped to the collar. He wasn't tall like the man in the sweatsuit, but he carried himself with that same unsettling calm, the kind you see in people who know more than they say.
It's so scary,
He didn't
y'all.
touch her, didn't guide her with a hand on her back. He simply angled his body slightly, encouraging her direction. Then he spoke, his voice low enough that I almost didn't catch it. Not here. 2 words, nothing more. But the way he said it made the hair along my arms lift. The sweatsuit man nodded slightly, like they'd rehearsed this. They didn't look at each other directly. They didn't need to. Their movements were synchronized in a way that didn't feel improvised. They were leading her somewhere, not helping her, not watching over her.
Okay, I can't look no more. I can't. I'm scared. I can't look no more. I don't even know if that's true. I cannot look no more. But these theories got me. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, hold on. This finna spook me right here. It's so many theories behind this girl's death. It ain't even funny.
Of hotel at 3:30 in the morning. It is the sound of a death sentence.
Ooh.
Kenneka Jenkins didn't vanish into thin air. She didn't get snatched by a man in a van. She vanished into a building. She was surrounded by 2,000 guest rooms. She was surrounded by security cameras. She was surrounded by staff. Yet, for 28 agonizing hours, she was invisible. While the internet exploded with theories about organ harvesters and cartel hits, Kenneka was sitting alone, in the dark, fighting a battle against physics, against temperature, against a door that was designed to keep the cold in. This isn't a story about a murder mystery. It's a story about a girl who walked through an unlocked door and the billion-dollar corporation that took a day and a half to notice. Rosemont, Illinois, September 8th,
Why they making it
2017.
so scary?
The Crown Plaza Hotel near O'Hare Airport is a labyrinth. It's a place of transients, pilots,
Spicy
flight
scary.
attendants, business travelers, people who check in and check out without leaving a trace. Kenneka Jenkins is 19. She has a new job at a nursing home. She has a life ahead of her. She leaves her house at 11:30 p.m. with two friends. They are headed to a party on the 9th floor, room 926. It's a small room, packed with nearly 30 people. The air is thick with smoke and cheap vodka. We know this because the internet watched it happen. A Facebook Live video streamed from that room becomes the main film of this case. In the video, you see people laughing, flashing money, dancing, but look at the corners of the frame. Internet sleuths would later claim they could hear Kenneka screaming "Help me" in the background noise of this video. They claim they saw reflections of men with guns in the sunglasses of the girl filming. But let's be clear. The police analyzed this audio. The scream was the music. The guns were reflections of studio lights. But the video does tell us something important. It shows us the state of mind. It shows the chaos. And it shows why, when the party started to break up around 1 a.m., nobody noticed that Kenneka wasn't holding her phone or her keys. She walked out into the hallway, leaving her friends behind. And the moment those elevator doors closed, the party was over. The nightmare had begun. This is where the footage takes over. From 1:15 a.m. to 3:25 a.m., there is a gap. A missing window of time where Kenneka is unaccounted for.
I
But
forgot
at
all about that.
3:25 a.m., the cameras pick her up again. And this is the footage that haunts everyone who sees it.
And chosen.
Kenneka is alone. She is stepping off an elevator. But she isn't walking. She is lagging. She hits the wall. She rebounds. She grabs a handrail, but her grip slips. She looks like she is navigating a ship in a hurricane, but the floor is perfectly flat. The internet screamed roofies. They screamed that she had been drugged against her will. But the toxicology report tells a different story, a synergistic story. Her blood alcohol was 0.112, high but not comatose. The mix in her system was topiramate. This is an epilepsy medication. It is also used for migraines. Kenneka did not have a prescription for this. When you mix topiramate with alcohol, it creates a potentiation effect. It shuts down the cerebellum, the part of the brain that tells your feet where the floor is.
Wow.
It shuts down the executive function, the part that tells you, don't go through that door. She is chemically blind. At 3:32 a.m., she wanders into a section of the hotel that is under renovation. The carpet ends. The concrete begins.
What did
There
her
are
friends
construction
make her live
materials.
like that?
There is dust. And there is a kitchen, the unused kitchen. Why was this area accessible? Why were there no do not enter signs? Why was the door unlocked? These are the questions that would later be worth $6 million. Kenneka enters the kitchen. She staggers past a large stainless steel counter. She turns a corner towards the walk-in cooler. And that is the last frame. The camera cuts. The narrative stops. She walked into the blind spot of the lens, and she never walked out.
You're right, Dave. 28 hours of silence. I'd be damned.
While Kenneka is in the dark, her mother, Teresa Martin, is in the light, living every parent's worst nightmare. At 4 a.m., the friends call Teresa. We can't find her. Teresa rushes to the hotel. She arrives before dawn. She begs the front desk. Check the cameras.
Is that
She
really
is
how
here.
it look?
I know she
Is
is
that
here.
the actual hotel?
The staff tells her no. We need a police report, they say. It's policy. Teresa calls the police. The dispatcher tells her to wait. She's 19, they say. She probably just went to a boyfriend's house. Call us back in a few hours. This is the fatal loop. The hotel won't look without the police. The police won't look without a reason. And Kenneka is waiting. Let's talk about the physics of where she was. She had opened the door to a walk-in cooler. Inside that cooler was another door, the deep freezer. She opened the second door and stepped inside. The door clicked shut. Commercial freezer doors have a safety latch on the inside, a glowing plastic button you push to pop the door open. But remember the topirami. Remember the alcohol. In the dark, confused, disoriented, finding a small plastic button is impossible. Hypothermia sets in fast. First, the shivering, then the confusion, then the paradoxal undressing. The brain misfires, tells you that you are burning up. Victims often tear off their clothes in the final stages. Kenneka didn't strip, but she took off one shoe. Maybe her foot hurt. Maybe she thought she was back in her bedroom, taking her shoes off for bed. She sat down on the floor, she leaned against the wall, and she went to sleep. Meanwhile, upstairs, the hotel staff was changing shifts. Guests were ordering room service. It wasn't until Sunday, 28 hours later, that the police finally forced a search. They followed her path on the camera. They went to the kitchen. They found the freezer. It was frozen shut. They had to pour hot water on the seal just to pry it open. And there she was, frozen in time. A victim not just of the cold, but of the bureaucracy that refused to look for her. The discovery of the body didn't end the noise. It amplified it. Protesters surrounded the hotel. They chanted, "No justice, no peace." They believed the hotel was covering up a murder. They pointed to the lack of footage of her actually entering the freezer. How does a girl who can barely walk open a heavy steel door, they asked. The police did a reenactment. They showed that the door was actually on a self-closing hinge. It was heavy, yes, but if you leaned your body weight against it, it would open. And if you let it go, it would slam shut. The medical examiner ruled it an accident, but the family sued. They filed a wrongful death lawsuit. Their argument was simple. The hotel was at fault. The kitchen was a attractive nuance. It was unsecured. It was dangerous. And the failure to check the cameras, that was the dagger. If they had looked at 5 a.m. when Teresa asked, Kenneka would likely still be alive. She would have been cold. She would have been scared, but she would be alive. In December 2023, the case finally closed. The hotel agreed to pay roughly $6.4 million to Kenneka's estate, half to her mother, half to her other family members. The money is an admission, not of murder, but of failure. It is the price tag for a locked door and a lazy security protocol. We want to believe there are monsters. It's easier to sleep at night if we think Kenneka was taken by a villain in a mask. because we can catch villains. We can put them in jail. But the truth of this case is much colder. The villain was a series of small, boring mistakes. An unlocked door, a busy front desk clerk, a police dispatcher who made an assumption. Kenneka Jenkins walked into a void created by negligence. Next time you're in a hotel, walking down a long, empty corridor, listen to the silence. Look at the cameras on the ceiling and ask yourself, if you walk through the wrong door tonight, how long would it take for them to stop following the protocol and start looking for you? The settlement is done, but the debate isn't. Do you accept
Still trying
that?
to figure her mom done went crazy and she walking down 83rd naked and she's shaking that ass for a real man, and we still trying to figure out what happened to her. And we ain't got no answers. All we got is theories. We got that she may be a part of Gangstalking. It's a lot of stuff they've been saying.
You on a targeting list. I
Mika,
feel
look.
this whole situation was due to Kenneka Jenkins' family being under the gang stalking organized crime. And the reason is because a long story short, for you guys who don't know the background of her story, and for those of you who know the background of being a targeted, I'm going to try to break down both real briefly. First, Kenneka Jenkins' brother commits the murder, which was against someone of higher power who was classified as a Mason's son. So once that tactic took place, they was already put on the list as retaliation. We're going to put you on a targeting list, which means you are now classified as the enemy of the state. Once you are placed on this list, you are known as the enemy of the state. There's a movie called Enemy of the State where the community will come together to try to shut you down, will come together to create a organized crime against you or to set you up. So this young girl didn't have a chance. Her family doesn't have a chance. Okay. Long story short, the brother was already killed that commits the murder. The other brother was already sentenced in jail for a drug violation. The mother was diagnosed with cancer, and the reason why I'm trying to tell you this is a tactic, the doctors in your area is also giving the notation that you are on the list, so they need to play along with it, or they gonna lose everything that they worked so hard for to achieve in school of becoming a doctor. So the doctor could have diagnosed this lady. This is my speculations. I'm not saying this doctor did this to her, but this is how the thing worked. Follow me. It's organized. Keyword is organized gang stalking, organized crime. The doctor will bring you in and say, "Oh, you have cancer. I'm sorry, Mrs. What's her last name? Teresa Martin. I'm sorry, Mrs. Martin. You have cancer. In order for you to survive, we got to do surgery." Organized, okay? So what happens is they're going to schedule the surgery around the same time that the crime against Kenneka is going to take place. Organized. Why? So when this crime take place, and the actors, which was her friends, they're called people that's paid to entertain you, because in the end, they're going to become the entertainers. Follow me. They everything was planned around the same time. Why? So when the friends call Mrs. Martin, she's already heavy sedated, because why? She just has surgery around the time her daughter is supposed to go missing. So she won't have the right state of mind to ask the right questions. So she won't have the right state of mind to say, walking into a freezer, does that even sound like that's possible? She was supposed to be out of it. Okay. And while this lady was
Ashley.
under surgery, you guys, when a lot of people question the mom or slander her, they could have implemented the MK Ultra tactics on this lady, meaning like how they did Kanye West, where he had a surgical procedure done to him, where they implement, I don't know how it's
Gave
done,
that. He
some
been back
chips or
in here.
whatever surgically inside your brain or your body so that they can control you from a distance. The controllers are called handlers. Handlers are people you're gonna see around Mrs. Martin that's gonna be in all black. For some reason, they were all black.
Who in here ever heard of gang stalking? Let me know if you heard of gang stalking in here. Put a 1 in here. So that's what they're trying to say, that Kenneka Jenkins family is a part of. I don't know, they being gang stalked. If you search these stories about gang stalking, it's very scary. You probably wouldn't be able to close your eyes tonight, but it's very scary. And Mika's head was on top of her head last night looking at it.
You're gonna start, if she's under MK Ultra state, you're gonna start seeing her wear red, blue, white. For some reason, targeted individuals are sensitized to the colors red, blue, white. It's their colors to indicate this person is ours, or it's their colors to indicate you're part of our group. Okay, so meaningly, if she set her daughter up, or she's not asking the right questions, or she's not emotional at the right times, that's because she's not in the right state of mind, because it's out of her control. Her daughter Lenora is the Kenneka's sister. They already done sedated her with some kind of, I believe, the same thing MK Ultra, where they easily took her mind. Not all MK Ultra tactics have to be surgical. Some are implemented with different, they call DSM weapons, which is direct energy weapons, DEW, they call them, look it up, where they can do, it's called no touch torture from a distance. Okay. And furthermore, some of you guys are not understanding, why would the mom say, oh, that is my daughter in the videos, and you guys are heavily saying, no, that's not the daughter in the videos. The reason why that information will be misconstrued with the mom, because like she stated, the police didn't show her everything. She had to seek her own information from via social media sites. Okay. So, however, who wants to sit there and keep watching different videos in regards to their daughter? So she probably watched 3 or 4 videos, and the ones that she did see probably was the real Kenneka. This is how they do it. Some videos are her really there, and some videos are added to the real videos that they have placed in front of you. And the reason why they put real and fake together, because they think we are dumb. They think that they're brighter than us, or sometimes they throw it in your face and say, can you distinguish what's real and can you not distinguish what's real? It's just like a movie. Some movies you watch, they're going to implement the truth, add it on with the fake, and see who's smart enough to distinguish that this is really going on in this world. Okay. Furthermore, you have to look into this case
Hey,
deeply.
brown sugar.
Her friends are involved. Like I said, some
It's
people,
so scary.
when you become a target, are paid just to be your friends, like it's their job. Like they go clock in and saying, we want you to be their friends. If you watch the movie The Truman Show with Jim Carrey, oh my God, that covers the story of my life, about how your family is in on it, how your friends are in on it. But my thing is, I don't think they're in on it willingly. They're under some kind of state of control over somebody else. Okay. So when you guys sit there and bash the mama, really do your research on targeted individuals or gang stalking. They implement people in gangs to follow you 24 hours so they can learn you. So how they knew that this girl was going to wear jeans jacket and jean shirt, they have people that's paid to sit in front of your house. So when you come out, they'll text everybody else and say, yes, she has on blue jeans, she has on blue jacket. So everybody wear that today. And like the videos are chopped and screwed. They're all mixed up. Like the live party happened probably before everything took place, and then the one with the young lady in glasses could have took place after. So when you see her, she's emotional, and you hear the ambulance coming, the ambulance is, when they said that's for you, she said because they was already, that's the police was called at that time to come get this young lady. And think about it, how did the hotel know exactly where to find her? You got a hotel that consists of rooms after rooms after room after room. You don't go from door to door. You automatically walk exactly where this young lady was at. And the reason why this story went viral is because they were thinking they was going to tell the mama. She walked in the freezer, and the mama was supposed to be heavy sedated, that she was going to take that, buy that, and it was going to be over with. But no, thanks to you YouTuber detectives people was laughing at, you guys caught that and was like, wait a minute, can nobody just walk in the freezer and die and they the only one drunk? What about that? Okay, so people like, then why they just didn't make her disappear? It was too late. When they already broke the news story
Wow.
that a young lady was at a hotel party and was heavily sedated due to alcohol
What
use
she
and drugs.
said.
She walked in the freezer and died. We were supposed to take that story, sweep it on the rug, and say, "What? That's crazy." We wasn't supposed to keep going and asking for answers. So, due to y'all being detectives and having the independent thinking and knowledge to say that don't make sense, this is why this story went viral. Kenneka's spirit reminds me of that movie Lovely Bones, where the young lady was killed and she was her soul kept searching for answers. Her soul was going to her mom and everybody dreams or whatever to find my killer, find my killer. That's what Kenneka's soul is trying to tell us, find my killer. When people say I can't sleep at night, it's not a haunting, I can't sleep at night. It's like, get answers, please get answers for me. I am Kenneka, I need answers. Kenneka is going to be the thing that's going to make everybody wake up. Stop believing everything you hear, because I am a target individual as well. And I have people slandering my name, and there's so many people in my community believing what they're doing and conducting crime against me, including my own family. So this video is an awareness video for all targeted individuals to seek justice, and hope this wake you guys up.
Wow. Wow.
What's up? Okay, here I come. Listen, check this out. I'm gonna give you all the reasons. Yo, Zach, what's up? You ain't answering this, and your manager trying to talk to you. So look, I'm gonna give you all the reasons why the kids in the room are innocent. I'm gonna tell, and these all facts. Just really, really hear me out. And y'all can write y'all comments in the bottom, and we're gonna talk this shit tonight. I ain't going to sleep until like I figured the case out. On a plane, I was putting two and two together. I was reading shit. I was looking at shit on my laptop. I was looking at evidence, videos from interviews, and a lot of shit didn't add up, and a lot of shit did add up. But check this out. So when you start separating facts from opinions in the Kenneka Jenkins case, you got to take in consideration a lot of shit. First off, we're gonna talk about fact number one. Fact number one, Irene. Oh shit, let me move this down because hold on. Okay, we're gonna talk about fact number one. Irene and Monifa, or none of the kids in that room, are savage, and savvy. They aren't savage or savvy enough to pull off a heinous crime like that, of that nature. You understand what I'm saying? When I say a heinous crime, I'm talking about like really killing somebody from strangulation, overdose, or stabbing them with a needle with drugs in their system, and then throwing their body in a freezer. They're not that type of I'm not saying Monifa is dumb. I'm not saying Irene is dumb, but they don't got that type of intelligence. Their IQ level isn't on that type of upper echelon to do some shit like that. Just think about that for a second. Remember, these are young girls from the west side of Chicago. Not saying they're dumb, but we really realistically thinking. For number two, Kenneka's death did not occur in the hotel. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Let me get this out of here. Let me say this. Kenneka did not die in room 926. Kenneka died in a Kenneka died downstairs. You understand what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there. So people say, oh, she may have died in the house. Yo, he said free Savage, free my little brother, free Savage. Kenneka, I saw a motherfucker saying like, yo, she died upstairs and they carry her down. And no, her friends did not have anything to do with her death. You understand what I'm saying? Even after I reviewed the tapes, because I said, yo, I saw the dude that I interviewed, I saw him walking in the hallway. You understand? I had to put two and two together. You understand? But Shorty ain't had nothing to do with this shit. Remember, I said Irene and Monifa didn't have anything to do with that. They ain't that smart to drug her and all that other shit. What's up? Okay, here I come. Listen, check it. The fuck of that work there. Just think, you're in the hallway. Oh, excuse me, sir. I gotta take a piss. We're at the washroom. You work here. Who keep fucking calling me? Excuse me, sir. You work here. I have to use the washroom. Where's the washroom? She was told after she asked for to use the bathroom, the washroom. She was told by an employee that she had to move and couldn't stand her. Just think about it. If she in the hallway after her friend went in there, they went back in the hotel room to look for some shit, and the people tell you got to clear the hallway. Y'all too loud. Y'all throwing a party. Y'all got weed coming out. You got to get out the hallway. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna lead the hallway. Hit the elevator. You know the elevator's right there on the left side of 926. You understand what I'm saying? Or if she would have asked, either you got to get out the hallway or let me show you where the washroom was at. It's logical thinking. Let me show you where fuck, he ain't gonna say her name because he don't know her. Ma'am, come on, follow me. I'm gonna show you where the washroom at. So Kenneka leave while Monifa and them is in there grabbing their phone and their keys. She leave with the employee. Either way it go, whether they told her to leave out the hallway or they took her to the washroom, either way it go, it shows Kenneka was encountered by an employee. Then you got to think about this. Only an employee knows every area of the hotel, and only security is allowed to walk in unrestricted areas that wouldn't be a surprise to see them walking through. You understand what I'm saying? So when people was like, damn, she was in the kitchen and it looked like somebody was telling her come this way, they was probably down in the kitchen telling her the washroom is that way, go straight, or the washroom is this way. You understand what I'm saying? The security controls the camera settings and all that. They edited everything. That's why when the mother came back and said, my daughter's missing, let's see the tape all week, it's not working because they needed time. They needed to stall until motherfucker edit them tapes. You feel me? They didn't want to they don't want to release that footage with their face in the picture. You understand what I'm saying? It clearly showed, oh yeah, we did what we had to do. You understand what I'm saying? So they had to edit the tapes. That's why they said none of this footage isn't working. Mysteriously, after the funeral and after the case was closed, that's when 36 hours of unreleased camera footage pops up out of nowhere. Y'all don't think about this shit, bro? Y'all don't think about this? I don't think about this. She was annoyed. She was probably ready to go. Fuck it, I'm finna go down here. They trying to, you know what I'm saying? She already intoxicated. Oh, it's this way. They could have tried to tell her come out to the door this way. It's a lot of shit y'all ain't taking into consideration. Once again, only employee security had immediate access to videos and could delete or edit anything. The footage started getting deleted once her mother arrived at the hotel looking for her. So this means the owners or the police are not covering up for an employee. Okay, so I get Rosemont this. They're probably not covering up for the employee. You understand what I'm saying? The owners or the police of Rosemont probably not covering up for an employee. They are honestly believing that the employee, which is the security, and the edited videos, and the employee shows them because they just by looking at the videos, you know, if something happened. Hey.
Ooh. He whispering like he making it scary. I don't even want to look at no more. Let me see.
Okay, so you saying do not. So I should never talk about the case again. Don't
Don't even go into it because they're watching you. You have an account. You have an account that they're watching you.
Okay. And once it,
I said, if you look into Joel,
yeah, I heard that, Treasure.
Stop.
Okay.
Hey, Dominica.
That Okay, I'm gonna fall back from the case, ma'am. You know, I haven't been posting anything on Facebook because for some reason I'm blocked from Facebook. So
I'm blocking everybody. They blocked me.
Oh, hold up, you're blocked.
They've been blocking me for comments.
Who is that
Wow.
talking?
That's what I said. And every time I put something in, I'm getting a threat.
What?
I need to shut up. I'm getting a threat. Well, those that are coming and telling and getting the information out there, I would say, those that are getting the information out there and getting it right, they're blocking you.
So is that why I was blocked off Facebook?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. So tell me this, and you say you will not go to the cops, correct?
I'm not going.
So, okay, because are you from Chicago?
No, I'm not.
You don't want to give out your city and state, do you?
No.
Okay.
If they want to trace you, they're gonna trace you, regardless. They're gonna trace you.
Wow.
Whew. He looks scared.
What they had going on, and he overheard motherfuckers saying what they was gonna do to him, and he was stopping that shit. But a lot of motherfuckers don't know this. He stopped us from getting on the stage and up fresh performance.
Without hesitation, Zach stepped in. He talked to the group.
Oh, this is part 3.
Everybody know I got the Irene interview, and I got 3 more powerful interviews. I really want to drop them and leave this shit alone, but my life been threatened numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drop this shit. If you drop it, you put the hotel in danger. All type of other shit I don't even talk about. I just stay with the rappers now. But should I just drop it and say fuck what everybody got to say?
Man, right. I'm gonna leave it up to you, man. What you need to do, don't ask me, man. You need to go into prayer, man. You need to ask the universal Most High God what you should do. Because when you play with this type of stuff, if you ain't ready for spiritual warfare, don't even go in this direction. Because all wars ain't physical. This shit right here is deep, bro. These people been running the world, man, before we even came here, man. They in every city and they in every town. I don't care where you go. They connected all over. And the reason why you got kicked off of Facebook, bro, because you can help put the pieces together. Everybody know I got the Irene interview, and I got 3 more powerful interviews. I really want to drop them and leave this shit alone, but my life been threatened numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drop this shit. If you drop it, you put the hotel in danger. All type of other shit I don't even talk about. I just stay with the rappers now. But should I just drop it and say fuck what everybody got to say? Man, I'm gonna leave it up to you, man. What you need to do, don't ask me, man. You need to go into prayer, man. You need to ask the universal Most High God what you should do. Because when you play with this type of stuff, if you ain't ready for spiritual warfare, don't even go in this direction. Because all wars ain't physical. This shit right here is deep, bro. These people been running the world, man, before we even came here, man. They in every city and they in every town. I don't care where you go. They connected all over. And the reason why you got kicked off of Facebook, bro, because you can help put the pieces together. Everybody know I got the Irene interview, and I got 3 more powerful interviews. I really want to drop them and leave this shit alone, but my life been threatened numerous times. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't drop this shit. If you drop it, you put the whole. You said do not be to what we know, and none of it. Okay. Okay. Wow. So you basically saying this is deep.
They telling him he being watched. This is sad. Is we ever gonna know what happened to this young lady? Let me see. Is this the same one?
Wow. Wow, this is crazy. And this the guy that worked at the hotel, that's that GIFFAR. Uh-huh. At RAFSANJAANI. Okay.
They're friends.
I'm scared for them, y'all.
Security guard.
What, baby?
Okay.
Oh, I got that, Mika.
Wow.
And I feel for you all in Chicago because the police officer that was on there, Paul Manning.
Okay.
Oh, she trying to act like that's not her.
Homie,
That definitely sounds
they're
like
talking
Teresa.
with one another. He's talking about the martial law that's going to come down on everybody.
I don't know, y'all. Something in my spirit is telling me that the mother do know what's going on. Just how, I don't know. This is scary to watch. I'm getting up off this story. I'm scared. Mika, you're going to have to go find out what happened to her because I'm scared. This scared. He looks scared. Teresa around here naked. That sounded like Teresa. Okay, me. All right, y'all. I just wanted to listen to some of her case and the different theories and stuff on here. Wasn't gonna be no long line. Just trying to listen to some of that. I see things is calming down when it comes to her story because I believe her mother may be locked up in a mental institution. Maybe. Yes, y'all go ahead and head over there because Real Tea is live. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Bye.